you brought up this concept of time, and on a previous podcast, you spoke about, and you said something that made me stop. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity to speak to you, because it was one of those moments where I was like, damn, I wish he would expand on that. I wish he could talk about that, where you said time is a lake. And just that thought was like, what does that mean? Can you go deeper on that? And then you just went on to the next thing in the other
So,
podcast.
so
So
fun
please.
story. Time is a lake is actually kind of a running joke in another podcast that I listen to. One of the hosts often just talks of like when they get to something existential, they'll just be like, "Oh, time is a lake. Move on," kind of thing. But I really find that fascinating in the sense that like when you take a step back and you look at just the flow of the world and how we just are on one sort of current towards somewhere, there's still a lake of the past in the opposite direction. There's still a current and it's still flowing towards the direction of the future, right?
Hmm.
And almost, you can almost look at time and it's really, it is really metaphysical and very hard to sort of comprehend. But the idea that that all of time is happening at the same time. So we're all kind of just swimming in this lake of one thing, you know? And so we're moving through the world in like this almost sort of infinite lake of just linear days. And then when you get to the scope of something that huge, it terrifies you and it thrills you and you just don't know what that is. And so ultimately you realize, you know what? You can get to infinity, but you just have to focus down on the one single day. Because trying to comprehend that is just so much. It is so much, and it's so it can be challenging at times to sort of reckon with the idea of like we're just kind of swimming along this infinite lake, and we're just gonna vanish and just become like we're gonna fall back into like the mud down at the bottom of the lake at one point. Like we're just gonna become the dust that we once were, you know. Um, so super existential stuff, yeah. But when you just have to when you realize that that is where the where everything is and how everything is moving, you just have to realize, you know what, I got to focus on the allotted amount of time that I have been given and try to make the best of it and be the steward of whatever gifts that I've been given in this life.